Hello, my name is John, and today we are going to edit a photo with you from scratch. You see this photo, it is in RAW format. I shot it using Canon EOS 5D Mark II, ISO speed 100, f was it, and then exposure time was 1/160. So because I shot in RAW, I'm going to edit it using the Lightroom first to just enhance a few things, and then when I load it here, this is the image that I want to edit. I select that, then import, then I develop. So this is the image. You can see the before and after. Then we just make some few adjustments. Maybe you can increase on the exposure a little bit, maybe reduce the shadows, and maybe enhance the colors, brightness a little bit, maybe enhance a little exposure. I like well lit photos, and then a little bit of the darkness, and then it becomes a little better. So from that, I'll right click here and then edit in Photoshop. EXE, you can see the setting, edit with a copy of Lightroom adjustments, and then these settings, as you can see, then I select edit. From there it will take itself to Photoshop. I always crop 4 to 5, ratio 4:5, and then using the patch, what is called patch tool, I select and then remove these unwanted parts. I can zoom in, you can see the photo itself. Maybe you can do a little bit of liquify to change this photo, like this. For example, you can adjust the back a little bit, and then increase that. Then press in, push in the back a little bit, the way you like it. This is the way you like it. The way you like it, like that. So you can see the before and after. Then you press OK. So our photos some little bit of the patches here. You can select them with the patch tool and then move them a little bit slowly, like these. Remove these ones, these ones. See these marks, like these ones. You can zoom in to see better. Then select that one, select that one, that one. I think those are the major ones. We're good to go. It can be well edited right now. And then look for the bigger patches, and then I'll select the background first and maybe deal with it. I'll select subject, wait for Photoshop to load. My computer has not woken up fully this morning, so it's okay. Just some delays. Select the background, subject, select the subject, and then make sure the parts are selected, and then the photo, the result of the photo should be like this. I think I did it earlier, like this. So you're supposed to have something like this, from this to this. Maybe you can get the exact or not. still fine. The process is the same. Make sure that all the parts are selected, and then press Ctrl J to let me move this one so that you can see. I use Retouching Academy. Press Ctrl J so you can have the layer, the background, this one without the background, and that one. So you separate the subject and the other parts. So you press Ctrl and then press inside here to select the subject, then Shift Ctrl I to select inverse, or you can right click here and then select inverse so that you can have this selection this way, this one, and then come back to the background, then press Ctrl J so that you can get this. This is what you wanted to get. This one. That is what we wanted to get. Now I use the rectangular selection tool to select up to there. I don't want to select up to the feet or to the bottom of the photo. Then I press Ctrl J to duplicate the layer so that I can get this. And once I've gotten this, I can filter and blur so that I can remove the creases that were here. You see, if you can see the creases that are here, around here, without the blur, you can see these ones. They are very visible. So I put the blur, then I say okay, and then I can put on all the other layers. So you see the background is a bit smooth without these has a lot of creases, and then if I do like that, it becomes nice. And now I can select adjustments. Then I like using channel mixer, then selecting monochrome so that I can have a black, purely black and white background without the colors, the yellows, the dirt, and the stuff is the dust. So and then I merge these two layers, the two of them, and then using the mixer brush tool, I can come on the background. I can see some patches here. I could brush a little bit. You can see the settings, the wetness around 9, load 75, mix 90, and then brush slowly, and then brush. Make sure you don't brush these sides so that you don't remove the shadow, so that the photo does not remain hanging. Remember you have the background alone, we have the subject alone, which is that one, and then we have all of them. So from here I can come, and then from maybe the backgrounds that I have downloaded, I don't usually download them, I copy paste them from the internet. So maybe I can use like this one. I think I like this one. I've downloaded a lot of stuff from the internet. I can use this one, and then paste it there on top of the channel mixer so that it remains the color, the original color. I can put it up to there, and then use the multiply or overlay, whatever works good for you. Most of the times maybe use multiply. And then because this background is not covering up to the end, I can select using a rectangular select tool, then duplicate, then drag it down a little bit so that it covers the whole of the place. Then you start select the part that I've made. Select the part, this one, and then this one, and then merge them, this and this, merge them into one. And then make sure I remove this line, the boundary that has been created, so that it becomes clean using the patch tool. And then I can put on the lens. You see the the blending mode has changed from multiply to normal, you can change it back to multiply. And then maybe to reduce the distractions, and then I can blur it a little bit, just a little blur gallery. You come to filter, blur, then Gaussian blur, then I reduce the radius maybe to around 5.4 or 3.8 or something of the sort. Now the part that remains is a bit it's quite a process. First of all, I come to this layer. We need to retouch this one. We need to make the tones a bit even. So I'll come to retouch academy, this one. I have it. Then press Gaussian blur, and then you can select the radius of your choice. Me, I like working with maybe 2 point something, 2.5, depending on the image. I can use maybe 3. Let's see how it comes. 3. I select 3 and select the low frequency tones, this one. Then I like switching off these ones, the high frequency texture, because you're not dealing with the texture here. The texture should remain. And then I adjust using the mixer brush, adjust my settings down here, and brush according to how the tones look like. This part is brighter, this part is darker, a little bit darker. And then come back here, you can see these patches, brush them, brush these parts to make the tones even. You can see that there were so many dots, like in the beginning it was like that, and then after I brushed, it looked a bit even. So I still switch off the texture layer. I switch it off, maybe this one I switch this off, so that I can brush very well. Come brush. I don't know how to speed this up, but have a little patience so that you can watch how I brush these images. And then let me keep brushing. You come to these hands, you can see these patches, the black patches. I make sure I don't mix this way, I mix this way from up, just like the way you can draw a cartoon. Brush. I brush a little bit, and then keep zooming to see how it looks like, and then brush. Then you can see these parts, they don't look so well, so you make sure you brush them. You can zoom in, but not too much. You should do this from a distance so that you cannot be confused, or maybe you cannot do a shoddy work. Keep brushing. See at the legs, there are some patches of color here. Make sure you don't mix the bright parts and then with the usichanganye. Don't mix them up. Every tone should remain on its own. Mastering this process may take you some time, because understanding what you're supposed to do with the mixer brush might be a bit tricky, but with a lot of practice, still possible. You can maneuver through and have things go well like this. Keep brushing. Keep brushing. I like checking the progress. Where were we? It was like this before, and then after we're still moving on well. So I can still continue brushing. Let me switch that one off so that I don't get confused between the textures and the tones. I brush. You brush these ones. You brush these ones slowly. You brush these ones. You brush a little bit. This part closer to the to the edge of the cloth, and then make sure you do it well so that you don't change the shape of the body or make it a bit ugly. From what we had in the first place, we had that, now we have this, we had that, now we have this, and maybe we can flatten the image. Can combine all these layers by pressing Ctrl Shift E. Ctrl Shift E is to merge. Then let's brush a little bit more, so that, because I can see there's some patches that have been left out. Maybe you can reduce the radius to 2.5 and see if we shall see the more patches. Then switch off the high frequency, then zoom in a little bit, not too much, then do a clean up to see what parts we left out. These ones, you can see some parts here that were left out. If you want the photo to retain the texture, you can use a higher radius, maybe 6, 5, but sometimes I like some photos smooth, sometimes I like my photos rough with the textures, sometimes I like them wiped out. And you can see some of the parts that were left out can be seen. You see these ones, these ones. Reduce the size of the mouse pointer, then brush these parts, brush, and then keep brushing these parts that can be seen. You can skip but you can keep following up and see what I am eliminating from this particular photo. These parts I don't like these patches, so I don't like these patches. These patches have it. These patches, I can see them from a distance. I can see them. Make sure that you don't mix. The bright parts, you brush them individually. The dark parts, you brush them individually. So the black parts like that, the brighter parts like that, and these parts, these dark ones like that, the hands, the brighter parts, and then as you can see the hands like that, and then I think we're done. This can work for demonstration purposes. See how that image is now. Our goal is to get something closer to this, but we change just the same way we apply the background, and then we just merge flatten image or merge visible or Ctrl Shift E to combine all those aspects. Then do the adjustments. Me, for example, on my work, I like using I've made a color preset using a selective color. I've named it media. There's that one called Mutemo. Mutemo is a photographer. He is in Nairobi. He inspires me so much, so I liked his color, but I like using mine. And then I like having it that way. You can see it has changed from that to that. It always focuses on the oranges. Okay, it focuses on the oranges, so you can move from that to that automatically without doing a lot of stuff. Then I can flatten the image, then come to camera raw filter and then make a little few of the adjustments. Maybe if you like the photo a bit brighter, you can adjust the darks, or maybe you can reduce the contrast, bring down the contrast, so that you can see the before and the after. And then for the details, you can increase the sharpness if you want to the level that you want. Let me zoom in so that you can see the difference. Then you can come to noise reduction, just a little bit. So these basic things, if you like it to have more range, you can add that. You can want it to remain white like that, and the way you want it. But I like keeping it just like that, neutral. The way I have my color preset. And then you can come in and enhance the blues for the hair, the blues, and maybe bring down the blacks, and then open up the shadows a little bit. I like sometimes having bright photos. And then come to the masking, maybe this one is reduction. Still have to sharpen a little bit, and then you can say okay. Now the photo transforms from that to that, and that's the end. I don't know if there's anything, and then we can have a little of the questions through my inbox or my phone number. You can comment for a question, and then or maybe you can come for physical classes, and that will be good. So we have the photo here from this. I had edited this earlier, and now we have this. So next time I'll be showing how to add the shadow, the reflection, not the shadow, the reflection in the next editing tutorial. I shall show you how to. So but before that, you can see like maybe you can choose to whiten the eyes, but the eyes are not really that visible, or they're not too yellow. So you can use the brush tool, then come here to Magic Smile and select and zoom in and brush inside, increase the flow to 100, and then come here and try to brush. There's no much change, and there's just a little change because the photo is not too yellow, the eyes are not too yellow. So from that to that, I think we have our photo. Thank you for watching. My name is John from Trimedia Studios. Yes, and then you save quality to have maximum based on standard. Okay, and then you can quit Photoshop. Thank you for watching.